Hello, it's Magsie Moye. Welcome to this week's playlist, Banned Songs. When I started radio presenting in the UK, my station manager had some simple guidance on what not to play. Anything that hurts the listener's ears. What else? I asked. Anything that might be offensive, he replied. Is there a list of banned music? I came back. Nope, he said. We leave it to your good judgment and for listeners to complain if they wish. I broadcast live for 4 years on his advice and without complaint. From that perspective, I'm intrigued by songs deemed unfit for audiences and reasons why some artists get placed on a banned list. Perhaps the scene for censoring popular music is nicely set in the 1979 Simon & Garfunkel lyrics to keep the customer satisfied. It's the same old story. Everywhere I go, I get slandered, libelled. I hear words I never heard in the Bible, just trying to keep the customer satisfied. Satisfied. If, like me, you're inclined to query things a bit, then questions might include, who are the customers? And which Bible are we talking about here? On the trail for answers, it's interesting to look back at some of the forlorn attempts at blanket bans. The BBC has been banned outright at one time or another from Myanmar, Uzbekistan, China and Pakistan. Of these, Myanmar switched off the Beeb in 2007 after what it regarded as unfavourable coverage of anti-government protests. Management at London's Royal Albert Hall attempted an indefinite ban of rock and pop concerts at the height of the popular music revolution in 1972. During the Iranian Revolution in 1979, Supreme Leader Ruhollah Khomeini banned all pop music as corrupting minds of the country's young. At the more familiar level of music, bans on particular artists and songs, broadcasters react adversely to a variety of content. Bad/blasphemous language, sexual references and innuendo, political endorsement and anti-establishment sentiment. Good Girl Gone Bad, Olivia Newton-John's dance pop song Physical from 1981, for example, quickly went to number 1 and got banned with similar speed by some radio stations for its sexually suggestive lyrics. An early example of official retribution for taking musical aim at the establishment came in 1821, when a certain Pierre-Jean de Beranger was prosecuted for belting out irreverent lyrics about the civic regime in Paris. More recently, state radio in Poland shut down on Kazik Stajewski's 2020 number 1 hit Your Pain is Better Than Mine for criticising the ruling Law and Justice Party. Not all bans have come from establishments, however. In 1978, workers at a pressing plant refused to produce an EP for the anarcho-punk Crass unless the title track Asylum was removed. The record was subsequently released with a short section of silence where the offending track should have been. Its title? The Sound of Free Speech. At least one music critic calls this their most significant output. Other songs offending the common people have been more specific. Included in this category is Noel Coward's provocative World War II musical grenade from 1943, Don't Let's Be Beastly to the Germans. So here are my 15 picks from the bulging mailbag of banned pop songs. They range through big names of Bobby Darin, Pink Floyd and the Rolling Stones to less well-known artists, Harry Roy and Cab Calloway. Their transgressions covered double entendre, sexually explicit graphics, blatant references to drug abuse, blasphemy, theft of clothes for transvestite episodes, and inciting youth to misbehave. See if you can identify which songs were banned for which reason. Answers in my outro clip, track 14 on the playlist. The closing shot comes from Frank Zappa banned by the Royal Albert Hall in 1971 for the entire score to his movie 200 Motels, who brilliantly observed, "If lyrics make people do things, how come we don't love each other?"